So specific constraints are required for us to follow in order to create those two entities. The first one, we're going to generate a table using a variable. We are going to declare a variable that has the architecture of the first entity. The second entity, student profiles, we're going to create it using a view. Then after, we're going to create actually a regressive analysis, which is using the analytical methods we have, but to display next results for coming semester. So one step further. Yeah, so for the next semester from here it is. So we are going to use the lead method, the analytical method lead from the T-SQL only. So let's dig in. So, and later on we pass to you another analytical tasks over the second task. So good. Task number 1, solution. So SSMS. I'm going to log in as an admin. So system admin. Yes, I'm in. That's great. So that's great. I'm the system administrator here. What I'm going to do immediately, because I'm not required to do anything here in this system, I'm going to use the same database. If it's okay, did he ask me to use a new one? When it's pressed, you are going to create. Okay, expect. So it's not required on us to. I'm going to use the same database we have already to generate both of them. So what I'm going to do, query builder. I'm going to use our database, our former database students. So here use appeared. اختارها. Okay, go. Execute. Okay, has been successfully set, and this is our database. Okay, great. Let's pass to the first task. The first task is asking us to create a view. Not a view, to declare actually a variable that has to help us to create this entity here. Yeah, we're going to create a variable, declare a variable that has this architecture here. So to do so, I'm going to copy this entity for gain in time, no more, no less. So here I'm going to declare a variable simply, the SQL variable. So it has to start with an arrobas at. I'm going to give it the name, for example, the first entity is what? The first entity name is major. I'm going to paste it here. Major and GPA. I'm going to say M and GPA, M and GPA. M in small. Okay, it's user defined. It's a user defined name. So here, actually, what we are going to do is to use this variable to create a table. So space. The type of this variable is table. Yeah, this variable. Here we have to declare actually if it is an int, if it is a float, whatever, but it is a table. So I use the word table. It is a keyword actually recognized by the T-SQL only. It has this structure, this architecture. So I'm going to delete this name here. I'm going to keep the same architecture. So we have the int, we have the varchar for the major, semester is varchar also, GPA is varchar also, and that's it. That's enough. So خلاص. I finished. So here I'm gonna. Great. So I declare the variable that it is table wise, and this table has this architecture. Those fields, they are exactly the ones. We did the copy paste, no? So they are the same. 100% they are the same. Let me declare this one. So select F5, so has been completed successfully. Great. So I have this variable now. I have this variable. We'll check later if it is yes there or not, because here we did not create a table. We did not create a table here, but we generated a variable. So next question, yeah. Create a view now. To create a second entity, which is this student profiles, but with this view, with this architecture also. Okay, create a table. That's good. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna copy this Okay, I'm gonna copy, come back to my workspace. I'm gonna create a view here. Create a view. I'm gonna give it the name. Did he suggest us any name? Name following tapes? No, it did not. Actually, I'm gonna say VW table. VW table create. Okay, well, table new. Table new. That's good. It's usually fine now. It's actually we are just generating a view that we nominate. So as here in between, I'm gonna give the profile as what? Create respect now. We create table. There is the spelling here. Create. Create table. Give it the name. That's it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a table with this structure. So no more no less. So I'm gonna execute. Highlight this one. Execute. I have an error create near the word create. Let me just check what's the error. I'm just reading the statement here. Actually, it's not showing any error.
مستر
Yes.
الخط ما يبين واقع ما واضح مال تحت
That's the error.
زين
There is something that has to be fixed. Expecting. Okay, I'm gonna say here. Actually, it's a DDL, I know, but even though it is successfully running, from the table name, I'm gonna say std profiles semicolon select typo. Wait. This is the reason of using the Express edition. You do not expect actually even the errors. Whatever. Right click. Sorry, not here. Right click. I'm trying to fix the error, no more no less. Filter settings. No. I'll come back with this step later on. I'll come back with a new entity, no worries. But I'm gonna declare I'm gonna create the second entity using a declared variable. So no bothering. So I'm gonna declare a new variable. Arobus stdprf profile, for example, here table, and this table would have structure. Okay, great. So I created the second variable that has the structure of the second table. Highlight, execute, completed successfully. Here I'm gonna insert. Here I'm gonna insert now, passing to the second. Not here. Here I'm gonna pass to populate some data. And now later on we are going to do the analysis. No, so the analysis here is to make a forecast for the coming semester, the values of the student here in the next semester. So let's fill up some data, 2, 3, 4 records. I'm going to do the insert statement. Let's come to the SQL Server. Here, I'm going to insert values to the first entity, which is this variable here, and to the second entity, which is this variable here. The variable number 1, it has the architecture of this table, major and GPA. The variable number 2, it has the architecture of the table, the entity number 2, student profiles. So let's do so. Let's dig in. I'm going to insert values here and values here also, student profiles. What I'm going to do here, insert into what? I'm going to say here the name of the variable number 1, which is major and GPA, MNGPA. And between parentheses, I'm going to give the values here. What is the architecture? We have int, major, varchar, semester, varchar, GPA, varchar, student ID int, which is the same student ID here. It's a foreign key. So let's start. ID, major, semester. ID, I'm going to give 1, for example. Major, in between single quotations, I'm going to say, come on, cyber security, comma, semester is varchar. I'm going to say here in between single quotations, I'm going to say spring 2021. And then semester is GPA, then STD ID, GPA and STD ID. GPA, I'm going to give varchar, all of them, they are varchar also. Even for this one, I'm checking the error actually because this is the number 1. So GPA, I'm going to say GPA 3.5, whatever. STD ID, I'm going to say 1. But this one, I'm going to put in between double quotation, single quotation. And this one, I'm going to put in between single quotation also to check for the errors, whatever. Let me execute and we'll see what happens. Insert to this one, to this variable. So there is a mistake here. There is a problem here. Yeah, absolutely. There is a. We usually have to mention that we are going to insert values, no? Values. That's great. So here, comma. Yes. Yes, that's great. So here, let's execute now. I'm going to insert to this variable the values 1, cybersecurity. Okay, let's do that. Highlight, execute, variable must declare. Yeah, okay, great. So I'm going to declare this variable. We declared already. Declared. Then execute. Still, he said that must declare the table variable and then GPA. Okay, I'm going to highlight both. I'm going to cut, paste here. Put them side by side. Highlight, execute. One row affected. One row affected. So what does it mean? It means we created a variable and we inserted values here. What is the problem here? We have to check the tables now. What is the table? Here, let's open the table. We don't have any MNGPA. We don't have anything actually here. Refresh. So this is a problematic view. We will not find a table available here because we are declaring a variable here. It's for programming purposes only. Let me select star from this variable now. If I want to extract the data, what is it? What it is? What it is? So select star from this variable here. So Arabas mn, here it appears. Select it, highlight. Let's execute. Declare table variable. You have to declare. It's not declarable. So it's not. Sorry, it does not have any existence. So it is for running in lifetime only. This is something. This is a process. This is a process that can be utilized only in runtime. It's not to generate a persistent entity and use it later on. So this way we can declare and we can use something in runtime. Means here, see now it is giving me error when I did select. Why? Because this variable will not save, will not be persistent in saving values. But now I'm going to highlight all of them and execute. Here it is. Everything is there. Why? Because the creation, the insert, and the extraction, all of them, they are happening in just one shot. It is one execution only. So we have generated, we have inserted, and we have selected, extracted here. Let me do something different. Now I'm gonna, again, see, this is the table. Now I'm gonna select again this extract only, this select star from MNGPA. Execute. Again, you have to declare the variable. I'm gonna declare the variable, this one, and the declaration of the variable. Those two, I'm gonna highlight those two only. Let me bring them side by side. I'm gonna take off this one, and I'm gonna only execute those two. The select and the declaration of the variable. Select, here it is, it's empty. The table is there, but it's empty. So in conclusion here, let me return back this insert statement. In conclusion here, variables utilized as, which are actually declared as tables, they would actually be acting as, as per the architecture we defined with, which is here as per the table, but they would not be persistent, means they will not generate a table. They would not generate a table for us. Okay, great. So I'm gonna actually here I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna create the second entity. I'm gonna create the two entities, both of them, using a stored procedure. I'm gonna use the stored procedure here to generate the two entities, the major and GPA, and the student profiles. Come on. Yes, the student profiles and the major and GPA. Both of them I'm gonna create using the stored procedure. Or using a stored procedure. I'm gonna copy the first one. Let's start. Okay. New block. So I leave everything there. No, I'm not gonna get rid of anything. Everything is there. So create. Typo create. I'm gonna say procedure. I'm gonna say user defined procedure. User stored procedure. Create tab. Okay. No, I'm gonna say not create. I'm gonna say std. Student, major, and GPA. Okay, that's great. So as what here? I'm gonna paste. This is the table we need. So with the same architecture. So create table. Create table. The name and give it like that. That's it. Class, I'm done. I'm gonna highlight all here. I have an error, even though only statement and the batch incomplete syntax create. Okay, let's execute. Okay, completed successfully. complete success. What does it mean? Means we have generated the procedure. We did not create the table. We did not create the table. Are you sure? Yes. Let me refresh this table hive. Right click. Refresh. Nothing. There is no table nominated major and GPA. This is the table we have to get. It's not there. Major and GPA. It's not there. Refresh again. Refresh again. Okay. Nothing is there. Okay. The procedure is available. What it is? Here, programmability, store procedures, and the name is USP SCD MNGPA. USP SCD. Here it is. USP STD MNGPA. This is the one. We generated a stored procedure. What does it mean? Means now, whenever we need to generate this table, we have to execute this stored procedure. I'm going to do that here. So simply exec the name of the stored procedure, USB STD. Here it is. Selected. Go. Okay, select, execute, completed successfully. What does it mean? Means this procedure has been executed. What does it do? It creates a table. Means it has to be appearing here, the table. So refresh the table's hive, refresh, and this is our table has been generated. Yes. So we did it. So we did it this way. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to populate now this table using this variable here. Will it run? No. The same issue because this is related to the variable only. It's not related to the table. I have to specify the name of the table here, not the variable. So I'm going to do, sorry, see, I'm going to do a copy paste. Copy, paste. Here, down paste. But I'm going to replace this MNGPA here with the name of the table. So here we have the name of the table, which is major NGPA. The name of the table is major NGPA. So insert into major NGPA. I'm not able to see. Insert into major NGPA. No, there is nothing actually. I'm going to choose the name. I'm going to copy the name. Copy. Paste. It's saying that the object is not true, but the object is true. So I have to specify that I'm executing through the same database. Let me execute. One row affected. That's great. So it has been happening. Means here, if I open this one now, top 200s, here is the data. Absolutely, here is the data. I'm going to close here, and I'm going to select from here now. Select start from, not this one, but from the table name, which is actually the major NGPA. Yes. Major, still it's not visible. Major NGPA. And the same spelling, I have to use the same spelling, no? So let's start from major NGPA. Okay, let me highlight, execute. Yes, here is the data. It works very fine. It works very fine. Great. So now we are sure that the data is inside. So let me just close this one with a semicolon. Close this one with a semicolon. Semicolon, semicolon, semicolon. Not here, semicolon. There is no semicolon. Okay. I'm checking why I'm having this thing actually highlighted while it is actually everything is running very fine. The second entity, what should I do? I'm going to generate a second procedure like we did for this student MNGPA. I'm going to create a student profile. So here, a new procedure. Create procedure, std profile, usp std profile as, okay, I'm gonna copy paste. Okay, done. Okay, I'm gonna highlight all. I'm gonna highlight this procedure. Execute. We have error, he said. Create here. There's a typo. Create. Okay, execute here. Still line 4. Here's the profile. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Actually, because I'm bringing the architecture. But what to do with this architecture? We have to create now. Create table. Then highlight. Execute now. Yes, successful. What does it mean? It means there is no table as the profiles. Refresh. There is not but there is a procedure. I'm going to refresh the procedures. Refresh. So the name of the table is the procedure is USP SED profile. USP SED profile. This is the one. And let's execute. So exec std USP SCD execute. Yes, USP SCD profile. Good. Go. Successful. What does it mean? Means this table has been created. Let me refresh. No, actually, it's the procedure. We generated the procedure. No names in database. Actually, it is available. Right click, refresh. The name is USB SCD profile. This is the one. Let's execute it. This is the one. So let's execute. Okay. SCD profiles. Means that it has been generated. The SCD profiles. Refresh. Again. This is the SCD profiles. This is the SCD profiles. I'm gonna select star from this SCD profile. SCD profiles, the same spelling. Actually, you have to type the same spelling here. Everything. Yes, highlight, execute. Then the start from, yes. Execute, yes, happening, but it's empty. It's empty. There is no data inside. So let's populate. Populate what? This table here. This table was which we created through a procedure. To populate, just simply insert into the same name, name, the same name here, std profile, std profile, values. Yes, parentheses, and in between we do that. Student profiles, it has ID, int, name, varchar. Student can, let's say, contact, varchar, and so on. So let's start with this with student ID. I'm going to say 1, comma. Then name, I'm using quotation because it's a varchar. I'm going to say Oman, comma. Then student contact is varchar, so I'm going to put into two quotations. I'm going to say 3. I'm going to give real number 95959595. Okay. Then email. I'm going to say murad@murad.com. Single quotations. Single quotation. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3. That's it. We are done. We are done. So let me execute now. Execute. Near student profile. The name is insert into STD profile. Did I miss? Yes, STD profiles. STD profiles with S here. STD profiles. So select, execute. Yes, it has been happening. Let me select now. Let me select now مرة ثانية. It's not there. So I'm going to select everything. Select start from STD profiles. STD profiles. Okay, STD profile. Execute. Has been done. Great. Let's move to the regressive analysis now to do on what? But before of that, let's insert a new value. Let's insert a new value for this student profile. New record, let's say. Copy, I'm going to insert second one. This is the ID number 2. The name, let's say Nizwa. Contact, let's say 252222. Okay. Contact is, I'm going to say fatma@fatma.com. Fatma.com. That's it. Okay, let's execute now. Insert this one. Successful. Let's execute the select again now. Execute. 2 records. 95252222. Okay, great. That's enough. That's good. We can insert the third actually. Let's insert because actually I'm inserting more values. Why? Because we need them for the lead methodology to show us a good result. Paste. ID is 3. Name, I'm going to say Salala. Number, I'm going to say, I don't know, 22. It's Orido mobile. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say Ali at ali.com. That's enough. I'm going to execute again. Insert only. Just to confirm that, let's check the content now, how many records we have. We have the 3, 1, 2, 3. The 3 of them, they are here. So now we can actually, if we create a new field for the lead method for the analysis, we will be able to understand better. Okay, let's insert values for the first entity, not the second, for the first entity, which is this major here. I'm going to insert. What is the insert? Here it is. I'm going to insert to this major here, new value. Okay, I'm going to copy, paste. So second ID, I'm going to give 2 without quotation because it's an int, I'm sure. Here I'm going to say it's 2 also. I'm gonna say IS major spring 21. That's good. I'll leave the rest the same. Execute. Affected. If I check what is the content of M and G actually now, here it is. Execute. Yes, we have the 2 records, cybersecurity and IS. Cybersecurity and IS. Okay. I'm gonna insert a new record. I'm gonna say 3. Here I'm gonna say digital literacy. I'm gonna say fall 21 next semester. GPA is 3.3 and the reference is 5. For example. Okay, execute without the parenthesis. Affected. Now let's execute, check the content again. Yes, we have the 3 of them. Analytical function not yet defined. Okay, for the analytical function, actually, we are going to do regressive because actually it is to be for the future, no more, no less. It is to be for the future. Means we are going to read the next semester value, then the next semester, then the next semester, and so on. So every record we are going to display. We are going to generate a new field. Means here SQL Server. We are going to generate a new field that has the next semester value. What is the next semester value? Okay, let's do that. So to dig in, it's a simple here, simple actually select, because actually we are making a select. I'm gonna bring the select here. I'm gonna bring the select. All the selects, I'm gonna put them all together. And this has make them visible to me here. Okay, I'm gonna generate a second select from this entity, but differently. Select star from, I'm gonna say major. Okay, major, and yes, I'm checking the spelling only and GPA. Okay, I execute. Yes, everything is there, but we are going to use the lead because it's the same here. We are going to modify it to bring the necessary modifications to use the lead method. So here, select star. See what I'm going to do. Comma, space, lead. The lead has a syntax. We know that. We explained that in theory. So I'm going to say here in the as per the content, we are going to give actually the value of the field that we are going to read its future values, which is in our case semester. Here, the semester. We are going to read the semester values, future values. So I'm going to type the same name, semester, the same name of the column. Here it is. Here it appeared. Choose it. Okay. Semicolon, I'm going to say it's an offset because the question already asked clearly common semester, the next semester. So the step is 1. The offset here is 1. I'm going to stop here. It will give me an error, and based on the error, we'll fix. Actually, we have to use the over clause. Still, there is an over clause to specify, but let's have it. So lead must have an over clause. It's exactly that's what I told you. So the over clause, actually, it is a block over which we are going to give a title and the order of the display. So let's do that. Here over, in between parentheses, I'm gonna give the the name of the field again is actually it's the same. We're going to use the same field again. No, I'm going to just specify that it is an order. Okay, over order by semester. Out of the parenthesis now. Out of the parenthesis, I'm going to specify the type. Actually, this is a new title, but what we are going to do, I'm going to specify this title here as what title I'm going to choose. So next semester. But here, order, how? By this one, no? Ascendant or descendant? I'm going to say ASC here. Ascendant mode. Yes, let's execute now. Okay, execute. Append. See here. And see this word here. And see this next sum here. It is the next sum here. I'm going to change the name here. Next. Okay. Semester. Let's execute it now. Append. Next semester. And this is a null. So we have exactly how we defined our lead function, our lead method. So the same process, the expected behavior has happened. Any questions here, please? Any questions you have at this level?
No, Mr.
Okay, the same way actually we are going to do the same task, the second task, but different entities. Here we are making a lead for this from this major and GPA. You will do it for the student profiles. You will do it for the student profiles. I give it to you, and later on I have to see your results. So the same way, lead, but for the student profiles. So I'll give you the recording now. And also I'll take the attendance.